Hello and welcome to quicktechie.com with comprehensive training on Istio. We will focus on the Linux Istio Certified Associate, ICA. Today, we're diving into the foundational aspects of Istio, a service mesh that not only simplifies the management of microservices, but also enhances their security, reliability, and observability. Whether you're developing new applications or managing existing ones, understanding Istio will help you optimize your operations in a Kubernetes environment. Before getting into fundamental concepts training, let's first understand the quicktechie platform. Quicktechie.com platform provides detailed certification preparation material, including trainings, as well as other very critical stuff of interview preparation and resume tuning system for contextualized and job-specific interview preparation. Please go through all the demo session to understand in more detail. Once you see the demo, you will certainly appreciate the offering. For now, let's focus on all the certifications preparation material provided for the Linux Foundations and Kubernetes. We have currently 9 certification preparation material, and more will be added soon. Before we begin our installation journey, please ensure you have the following prerequisites ready: a functioning Kubernetes cluster, the kubectl command line tool installed and configured to interact with your cluster, and a fundamental grasp of Kubernetes operations such as deploying pods and services. These elements are crucial as they form the backbone of our Istio installation process. Installing Istio is streamlined through its dedicated command line tool, Istio CLI. This tool is designed to facilitate not just the initial installation but also subsequent upgrades and configurations. Today, we'll focus on using Istio CLI for a default installation, which is tailored for new users or standard use cases without requiring extensive customization right out of the gate. First, let's download Istio. Go to the official Istio website, find the latest release suitable for your system, and download it. Once the download is complete, extract the package. Inside the extracted directory, navigate to the bin folder where you'll find the Istio CLI executable. To install Istio with the default settings, open your terminal and execute the following command. This command initiates the installation of the Istio control plane elements, such as the Istio Pilot for traffic management, Citadel for security, and Kiali for configuration validation. After installing Istio, it's vital to ensure that the installation was successful. Use these commands to check the status of Istio's core components in the Istio system namespace. The output should list several services and pods, all in a running or completed state, indicating a healthy Istio setup. Now that we've successfully installed Istio, it's time to see it in action. We'll deploy a sample application within our service mesh to understand how Istio manages and enhances microservice interactions. Today, we'll use Istio's Bookinfo application, a simple app that displays information about books, which includes multiple services that demonstrate Istio's capabilities. Before deploying the application, we must prepare our Kubernetes environment. This preparation involves labeling the namespace where our application will be deployed to enable automatic Istio sidecar injection. Sidecars are crucial for managing traffic flows, security policies, and telemetry data between the services. To enable Istio's sidecar injection, execute the following command. This command tags the default namespace so that Istio injects a sidecar proxy into every pod deployed in this namespace, automatically integrating them into the Istio service mesh. With the namespace prepared, let's deploy the Bookinfo application. This application is structured into several microservices, each representing a different part of the app, such as details, reviews, and ratings. The deployment of these microservices alongside their respective sidecars will illustrate how Istio manages service-to-service communication. Deploy the application using the following command. This command applies the Kubernetes manifests for the Bookinfo application, which has been modified by Istio CLI kube inject. This modification inserts the necessary configuration to deploy each microservice with an Istio sidecar proxy. Verifying the deployment. After deploying the application, it's important to verify that all components are up and running with their sidecars. Use the following command to check the status of the pods. Each pod should show 2/2 containers ready, indicating that both the service and the Istio proxy envoy are running correctly. Accessing the application. Once all pods are running, expose the Bookinfo application to external traffic, Istio manages this through a gateway, which we will set up to allow traffic into our service mesh. Run the following commands to create a gateway and a virtual service for the Bookinfo app. Now, to see the Bookinfo application in action, find the external IP of your Istio Ingress gateway with this command. Use the external IP provided to access the Bookinfo application via a web browser. With the application now deployed and accessible, explore Istio's features such as traffic management, fault injection, and telemetry. These features can be managed and monitored through the Kiali dashboard, which provides a detailed visual representation of your service mesh's operations and the interactions between services. You've now seen how to prepare a namespace for Istio, deploy an application with sidecar injection, and access the application through Istio's Ingress gateway. This practical example serves as a foundation for exploring the extensive features Istio offers to manage, secure, and observe microservices. Introduction to Istio's monitoring tools. With our Bookinfo application successfully deployed and the Istio sidecars in place, we now turn our attention to exploring some of Istio's powerful features. A fundamental part of managing a service mesh is observing and understanding the traffic and behavior of your services. Istio integrates with several tools to facilitate this, and one of the most insightful is the Kiali dashboard. Accessing the Kiali dashboard. Kiali is an observability console for Istio that provides a detailed graphical representation of your service mesh. It shows how microservices are connected and how traffic flows between them, along with metrics, logs, and traces. To access Kiali, we use a command provided by Istio, which opens a local port on your machine and forwards it to the Kiali service running in your cluster. This command will open your default web browser to the Kiali dashboard. If it doesn't open automatically, you can manually navigate to localhost on the specified port displayed in your terminal. Exploring the Kiali dashboard. Once you're in the Kiali dashboard, you'll see several sections. The graph section visualizes the traffic flow between services in real time. Here you can observe how requests traverse through the Bookinfo application services, such as product page, details, reviews, and ratings. In the workload section, you can view detailed telemetry data about each service workload in your mesh. This includes metrics like the number of requests per second, error rates, and response times. Another key feature to explore is the services section, where you can view service-specific metrics and access the distributed tracing information to see detailed request paths and latencies. Using Kiali for traffic management. Kiali not only provides monitoring capabilities, but also allows you to configure and manage traffic policies directly from the dashboard. For instance, you can set up routing rules to direct user traffic to different versions of a service, which is particularly useful for canary deployments or A/B testing. To demonstrate, let's create a simple traffic rule using Kiali. Navigate to the Istio config section and select Create New Istio Configuration. Here, you can define a virtual service to route 50% of the traffic to V1 of the reviews service and the other 50% to V2. This can be applied without redeploying the application, showcasing Istio's dynamic routing capabilities. Troubleshooting with Kiali. Kiali also aids in troubleshooting issues within the mesh. If a particular service is experiencing errors or increased latency, Kiali's topology graph highlights the service and provides tooltips with quick diagnostics. This immediate feedback allows for rapid identification and resolution of issues within your service mesh. Utilizing the Kiali dashboard to monitor, manage, and troubleshoot your Istio service mesh gives you a powerful interface for maintaining the health and efficiency of your microservices. Experiment with different features in Kiali to fully leverage the capabilities of Istio in managing sophisticated service architectures. Thank you for watching QuickTechie.com Istio training, and please subscribe for more such videos.